For centuries, knowledge has been hidden in plain sight across the sands of time. Whispers of lost civilizations, cryptic symbols, and forbidden histories have been erased or concealed. What if the truth was never lost, but hidden? Welcome to Eye of Ancient Mysteries, where the past speaks and the future listens. Sit back, open your mind, and prepare to uncover the untold secrets of our world. Let the journey begin now. Mysterious places and archaeological finds. It is no secret that around the world there are places, discoveries, and phenomena that present mysteries to archaeologists and historians. One such place is, for example, the Asian Pasian Dadong caves. It has been established that humans lived as far back as 300,000 years ago, and not far away, large animals as well. But scientists were extremely surprised when they found evidence that massive stegodonts and rhinoceroses, ancestors of modern rhinos and elephants, had also lived, or at least died, inside these caves. This is strange, considering that the caves are located at an altitude of 1,600 meters. As a rule, according to paleontologists, it is extremely rare for remains of animals that do not normally live in caves to be found in them. Most likely, the remains of the stegodonts and rhinoceroses did not end up inside by accident. The rhinoceros, in particular, was a solitary animal that grazed alone, like modern rhinos. Some paleontologists suggest that predators killed these herbivores and then dragged them into their caves. But the most probable answer is human involvement. Examination of the bones showed that they had been subjected to fire. They had also been struck with something, probably primitive stone tools. However, one way or another, there is still no consensus among scientists as to how the herbivores ended up in the caves. The screaming mummy, discovered in 1886, the Egyptian mummy with a pained facial expression, has long been the subject of all kinds of speculation. All of its internal organs are intact, which is completely uncharacteristic of the embalming procedure. On this basis, many hypotheses have arisen, but none of them has so far been recognized as reliable. Some scientists suggest that at least 2 people were responsible for the mummy's pained expression. One was the killer, and the other ensured the complete preservation of the body, probably due to personal ties with the victim. Other researchers have proposed various theories, ranging from cold-blooded poisoning to burial alive. Some researchers believe the mummy may be that of Prince Pentower, son of Pharaoh Ramesses III, who was suspected of killing his father and was sentenced posthumously. Ancient documents from the 12th century B.C. claim that his mother, Queen Tai, was also convicted for participating in the conspiracy when Ramesses III was murdered. Examinations of the pharaoh's mummy suggest his throat may have been cut with a dagger. It is believed that she wanted to help Pentower ascend the throne later. When the conspiracy was uncovered, she poisoned her son, and after mummification, wrapped his body in sheepskin. If so, then the mummy's scream may be linked to the poison in his body. Less sensational hypotheses suggest that the mummy's jaw is open simply because the head may have tilted sharply backward after death. The cone in the Sea of Galilee. In 2003, scientists accidentally discovered a conical structure in the Sea of Galilee. 10 years later, they saw something resembling a bronze statue at the bottom of the lake. The cone-shaped structure is made of basalt and has a conical form. The base of the structure is 70 meters in diameter and 10 meters in height. According to scientists, it weighs up to 60,000 tons. In other words, as much as 2 Stonehenges. Its age is estimated at between 2,000 and 12,000 years, based on accumulated sand at the base and comparisons with similar structures whose ages are known. In shape, the structure resembles ancient necropolises in the area. It was built from large stones, each weighing about 100 kg. Still, the true purpose and age of the Sea of Galilee structure will most likely remain unknown. The footprint at Antelope Springs, Utah, USA on June 1, 1968. Fossil hunter William Meister took his family on an excursion to Antelope Springs. During the trip, Meister noticed a fossil that looked like a shoe print, with the heel deeper than the rest of the foot. Beneath this imprint, he found 2 fossilized trilobites, marine arthropods from the Paleozoic era, which lasted from 542 to 241 million years ago. He immediately thought that a man in shoes had somehow stepped on the fossils. After examination, Meister and his colleagues concluded that the find was nearly 600 million years old. The mystery lies in the fact that the footprint clearly shows that someone stepped on the trilobites while they were still alive. The Eleno pyramid. At first glance, it seems strange to suppose that there are pyramids in Europe, but they do exist, and not in small numbers. In Greece alone there are 16, the most famous being the Eleno pyramid in Argos. The first mention of this pyramid is found in the works of the ancient Greek geographer Pausanias. In his work Description of Greece, he writes about this structure as a building very much like a pyramid, with shields forged in the Argive style. He then mentions a battle that took place at the pyramid and the peace that was made afterward. All those who fell in the battle were placed in a common tomb. In general, almost nothing is known about the pyramid, except for the supposed date of its construction, 2720 BC. If this date is correct, then the Eleno pyramid could be older than most Egyptian pyramids. But the greatest mystery of the Greek pyramid is not its age. It is the fact that no one knows who built it or for what purpose. The first person to deal with this pyramid was Pausanias. Further research continued into the 19th century. Studies have shown that it was built in 2720 BC, which proves that it is older than Egypt's Djoser pyramids at 2620 BC and about 170 years older than the Great Pyramid of Khufu's 2550 BC. In 1995, the most recent studies were conducted by the University of Athens. Since then, Greece has shown no interest in the existence of this pyramid, citing the prevention of international conflicts as the reason. Over time, the pyramid has been covered with clay, and the stone blocks have been, coincidentally, stolen. They are destroying the heritage of their ancestors to avoid the truth. Whether it was a military monument, a granary, depending on its function at the time. A few years ago, Domestic construction began to encroach upon it due to the sudden arrival of many foreigners in the village. What do others know that we do not? Today there is no resident left who remembers any details of this pyramid, not even from the stories of the elders. Except for a preserved oil painting, nothing remains. At that time, a Greek television company was allowed to make a documentary revealing this fact. The footage was confiscated by the state apparatus and the village mayor. Repressions began against the team and their families. The University of Athens confirmed that in 1935-36, Americans came and took away all the excavations, including strikes and samples of the building material, which was done at night to prevent damage with the help of various archaeologists, mechanics, and researchers. In 1995, all research in this area was banned by law of the Minister of Culture. A number of items were buried along with the water supply wells. Only wash basins remained as a symbol of washing one's hands. Pontius Pilate is still an example for some people.